number of COVID cases beginning to spike. The rate of COVID testing is also increasing, but number of tests are way down from where they were just last year. David Winter joins us now in studio with more on that part of the story. David, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Kyle. We found it's easy to get a test, but not necessarily as easy to track how many tests are getting done. Now, anecdotally, those who are testing, though, say that they are seeing an uptick.
You know, up until a couple days ago, I was fine, but then just a mild, dry cough that showed up, and then a fever, kind of 99 to 100.
We caught up with Thomas Pash at a COVID testing clinic on the UC Health campus. He woke up this morning feeling pretty lousy.
Did you find it hard to find a place to get vaccinated?
Not at all. I woke up thinking I ought to get one today, so I just Google searched COVID testing near me and brought me right here.
We also found it pretty easy. We went to the Health Collaborative website, and they have a lot of clinics listed, sometimes several per day. Not to mention, you could also go to any number of drugstore websites, and they also have clinics listed.
Right now, since COVID is going back up, we are definitely getting more busy for COVID testing.
At the private lab, Any Lab Test Now, there is an uptick in testing. You can walk right in. The people who work here even test each other now. They use the $40 rapid test.
You never know. It's with the spike in all the new cases, it's been getting kind of scary.
And 15 minutes later.
So right now, my coworker is negative. She does not have COVID, and she does not have any antibodies in her system also.
While testing may be up recently, it's still way down from where it was last winter. In January, at the height of the surge, we were averaging 2,200 tests per day. Today, that 7-day moving average is 96. We asked the director of the Ohio Department of Health about it.
Is there any effort by the state to increase testing, and is that necessary?
The answer to your question is, of course, testing remains important, and the Ohio Department of Health continues to support testing and test availability.
So what are you going to do between now and then?
Stay at home. Stay at home. I work from home anyway, so yeah, I don't want to be irresponsible and be out and about if I don't need to.
Yeah, that is true. And testing, it has changed a lot in the past year. Those long swabs that they used to stick way up your nostrils, for the most part, they've been replaced by small swabs that you just do yourself, then hand back to the person that's taking the test. Plus, there's the finger prick blood test that you just saw in that video, and you could do saliva tests on yourself with kits that you just get from the pharmacy. But it brings up a bigger issue, which is when you do test yourself or when you have a private lab do it, like what you saw in the video, it doesn't get reported. So those tests are not counted, nor are they traced. And we'll have that part of the story coming up tomorrow on Local 12 News Live at 5.
Well, it is not the usual formula for fighting addiction, but a program that keeps mothers and their babies in treatment together is becoming a national model for success. Medical reporter Liz Bonus shares how it is saving women's lives.
Hey there, everybody. Hello to you. The need for addiction services has continued to escalate as this pandemic and the epidemic of opioids and much more sort of collide. Perhaps no one knows that more than one new mom who had a new baby while in treatment.
She's amazing. She's definitely inspired me and motivated me. She changed my life.
Stacy Mullen's daughter Nevaeh is now 3 months old. This tiny miracle was born while Stacy was in treatment for substance use disorder.
I've been on and off heroin since I was about 17 and a half years old.
Now sober 8 months, Stacy and her baby live at Ohio's First Step Home.
First Step Home is an organization for substance abuse and mental health services. We support women who might have children, pregnant women and non-pregnant women in their recovery.
Naomi Sims Satterwhite is the clinical director here. The maternal addiction program has become a national model for the rest of the country. It's partly because children under 12 stay with their moms in treatment.
They learn about how to care for their children. They learn CPR in caring for their children. They have groups around tummy time that teaches them how to engage, how to be a part of their children's lives.
And being part of their children's lives appears to be a strong motivator for long-term success. The most recent data available shows 65% of the time the women in this program stay substance-free. 97% of them have had no further contact with the criminal justice system. Part of the reason? Strong peer support.
I got people who actually look up to me now. Other clients come to me for advice, like, it's a good feeling.
Now, there's no out-of-pocket cost to women in this model who come to treatment. They do help them apply, however, for public assistance if they qualify. They want them, of course, to be able to become independent and cover their own medical needs.
Local packaging and manufacturing company is growing its presence with a $2 million investment, which will create dozens of new high-wage jobs. Jenna Cisneros gives a look at the jobs it is hoping to fill.
Where? R.A. Jones is a 116-year-old company in Kenton County, packaging consumer goods you see in the grocery store.
So stuff like every aisle you walk down, you'll see beverage or pouches of stuff. We put that stuff in the containers.
It's all made in this warehouse off Crescent Springs Pike by high-speed packaging machines. So in the span of seconds, coffee pods are placed into the carton, boxed up, sealed into the case, and then they're ready to be shipped off to store shelves. During the pandemic, demand for the products made by R.A. Jones skyrocketed.
Essentially what happened is the buying trends changed in the market. So all of a sudden we were tasked with how do you double your throughput with the same amount of people.
Employees stepped up, working extra days and hours for months. And now they're looking to hire about 40 new employees, both in the office and on the assembly floor.
Right now we're trying to recruit qualified candidates, and that's what we're after.
The company's $2 million investment includes new equipment and other upgrades at the facility. New jobs created at the location will include mechanical and electrical engineers, machinists, fabricators, assemblers, service technicians, among other positions. The average hourly wage is $43.
Come work for us.
Operations manager Brandon Bell has worked for the company for 6 years.
It's really just a family environment. So we've got a lot of guys, fathers and sons that work here, cousins that work here, that have developed this legacy that at this point, we're just looking at, try to keep that going.
With the push to hire more people, his message is simple.
So we are the best in the industry. If you want to be a part of that team, this is the place to do it.